2. Got a big chance. The 1-1. Little flare. Shallow right field. Adams going back. That ball's down. And Gomez scores. Hector drives in Carlos. And the Brewers take the lead in the 12th inning. Pennant race baseball from St. Louis tonight. It is game 2 of this 3-game series. The Brewers winning in 12 innings last night. And now game 2 with the Brew Crew and the Cardinals. Gerardo Parra, one of the stars last night. 2 for 4, including a home run, put the Brewers on the board. Matt Clark tied it with a sac fly in the 9th. A blown save for Rosenthal. And how about Hector Gomez? His first career Major League RBI was a game winner. Hi, everybody. We welcome you from Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Alongside Bill Schroeder, I'm Brian Anderson. Telly Hughes, our reporter tonight. We're glad you're with us. Game 2 of this set, and the Brewers are going to have Mike Fiers on the mound against Adam Wainwright. But, Rock, we got to talk about last night a little bit because you never know the role players that are going to step up in big spots. And last night the Brewers got major contributions.
Yeah, we're not even talking about the pitching staff. 11 scoreless innings after a 2-run first for the Cardinals. But, you know, when you get this final push, you're expecting the big boys, the run producers to come through for you. They did on the homestand. But you get guys like Gerardo Parra with the big home run against Lance Lynn in the 4th inning to get the Brewers on the board. And then in the 9th with the bases loaded and out in the inning. And you see the sacrifice fly from Matt Clark, who's driven in 7 runs in 5 starts since he's gotten called up in the month of September. And then one Gomez driving in the other Gomez. That was in the 12th. He didn't hit it all that hard, but put it in a pretty good spot right down that right field line. Gomez walked, stole second, stole third. This is the kind of thing you got to do to stay in this pennant push. So the Brewers need to have contributions from everybody in that batting order, just like they did last night.
Maybe the mojo start to turn the Brewers' way. They got a tough customer on the mound tonight. Mike Fiers a matchup against Adam Wainwright. We'll send it back to our studio. They will dissect the starting pitching matchup when we continue.
By Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. By Miller Lite, now in the original can. It's Miller time. By Toyota, let's go places. And by Southwest Airlines, without a heart is just a machine. The Crew will look to capitalize on a series-opening extra inning win over the Cardinals and make it a back-to-back job to begin the road trip. Welcome back to Busch Stadium. I'm Telly Hughes. Mike Fiers will make his first start since being involved in a very unfortunate and frightening incident, and all eyes will be dialed in on how he'll respond. Fiers, who was visibly shaken after beating the Marlins' Giancarlo Stanton, says he feels ready to move forward and solely concentrate on the Cardinals.
I think there's a lot of things going on in your head. You just try to stay calm and come out and do what you've been doing all year. Playing against a great team, playoff run, these games mean a lot, but you just got to focus on what you can do. And, what I can do is throw a lot of strikes, keep these hitters off balance and get the team off the field as quick as possible.
Coming up, can the Crew make it twice as nice and make it back-to-back wins over the Redbirds? B.A. and Rock will be back on the other side of the break with the first pitch and call next on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Major League Baseball, and we honor the legendary Pittsburgh Pirate, the Hall of Famer, and his great work in the community. It is a cool night here, 64 degrees in St. Louis. A little more humidity in the air than what we saw last night. The ball did not travel at all last night, although Parra did homer. There was a lot of deep fly ball outs in last night's game, and it'll play very big again tonight. We're keeping an eye on the Pirates tonight. Pittsburgh has a 4-0 lead over the Boston Red Sox. That game's in the third inning. That is in Pittsburgh. The Brewers are a game and a half back of the Pirates in the wild card standings. The Giants have the top spot, and they lead Pittsburgh by 3. Washington, congratulations to the Nationals organization. They secured a division title yesterday. And of course, you have the Cardinals leading the Central Division and the Dodgers leading the West. So it's now 5-0 Pirates. That is an updated score from Pittsburgh. The Red Sox getting roughed up behind Clay Buchholz. Giants have a 4-2 lead, or actually won that game 4-2 earlier today. Ron Renneke, year number 4 as the Brewers skipper, and trying to make it 2 postseason appearances in those 4 years. His batting order today is brought to you by Associated Bank. Carlos Gomez leads off. Scooter Gennett hits second, then Lucroy. Jonathan comes in sixth in the league in batting. Middle of the order is Aramis Ramirez, who has great numbers against Wainwright. Ryan Braun hits fifth, Parra in the sixth spot. And in the bottom three, it's Overbay, Segura, and Fires rounding out the Associated Bank 9 for Milwaukee.
Well, Adam Wainwright getting start number 31 this year. He has 4 complete games. One of those complete games coming most recently against the Milwaukee Brewers back at Miller Park. Adam Wainwright has 37 wins over the last 2 seasons. That's tied for best in all of baseball. He's tied with Max Scherzer for that honor. Making start number 23 against the Brewers. He's got an 11-7 record and a .243 earned run average. He's won his last 3 starts. Well, let's check out the St. Louis Cardinals, brought to you by Menards tonight. The 4th best defense in all the National League, a .985 fielding percentage. The only change from last night defensively, Daniel Descalso gets a start at second base. It was Colton Wong in last night's game, and you can see Johnny Peralta, one of the best shortstops in the National League, 4th best fielding percentage at .981 this year.
4-man umpiring crew in place tonight. Manny Gonzalez calls the balls and strikes. Jim Reynolds, Fielden Colbreth, Brian Knight are the base umpires. There's the crew chief, Fielden Colbreth. And all the pieces in place. We're ready to play ball again tonight. Brewers trying to make it back-to-back wins here in St. Louis. And if they're going to have any thought at all about winning a division, they are going to have to sweep the Cardinals most likely, and they'll need a win tonight to give them a shot at that tomorrow. First pitch is a strike to Gomez, and away we go. Big Adam Wainwright. His last time against Milwaukee, he went the distance. Matter of fact, the only thing that kept him from a shutout in that game was a Carlos Gomez 9th inning pinch hit RBI single.
Yeah, right on the top of his game. He went through a dead arm period in the month of August. He had about 3 or 4 starts where he was getting hit around a little bit, and one of those starts came against Milwaukee. But he's back at it again. A 20-game winner back in 2010. He was 20-11. And you can see what he's been able to do month to month.
Well, he has finished in the top 3 in the Cy Young Award voting on 3 occasions. He finished second last year in the Cy Young voting. Gomez foul tipped that pitch right into the mid of Molina, so that'll be a strikeout for Wainwright. And that's how his night begins. Opens up with a K. Wainwright has a chance to match his win total from last year with a win tonight. He led the league in victories last season with 19. Also led the league in complete games and shutouts and innings pitched. But unfortunately for Wainwright, he's pitching in the Clayton Kershaw era of the National League. Kershaw won the Cy Young Award, and he looks like he's a Cy Young Award winner this year.
Yep.
Here's Scooter Gennett. Showed bunt, takes strike 1.
Man, there aren't too many better than Wainwright. The thing that he does well, throws strikes, does not give up too many home runs, 10 this year. And that includes 3 that he gave up against the Pirates in his last start.
Wainwright was the all-star starter for the National League this season. Picked by his manager, Mike Matheny, who was the all-star manager. Cardinals winning the National League pennant last year, losing in the World Series to the Red Sox. There's Matheny. Took over in 2012 and is trying to go to the postseason for the 3rd consecutive season. A wild card team in 12, and then the Cardinals won the division last year. Gennett swings and misses. The ball gets away from Molina, and he calmly secures the strikeout at first base, and back-to-back Ks to start the night for Wainwright.
Yeah, one of the best curveballs in the business. He's got the 4-seamer, the 2-seamer, the cutter, and the curveball. He'll throw a changeup once in a while, but basically the fastball and the curveball for Wainwright keeps it down. He's only allowed 174 hits in 211 innings, so he's already going over the 200 inning mark. He threw 241 and 2/3 innings last year.
And if you combine his postseason innings pitched from last year, as you see Lucroy batting with 2 outs. Wainwright threw 276 innings last year. if you include the playoffs. 276 and a 2.90 ERA across the regular season and the postseason.
Yep, a workhorse, a bona fide number one of the best in the business. But the Brewers got to him a couple of starts ago. Dropped 7 runs on Wainwright. That's something you don't see very often.
Ramirez, one of the few hitters around the league that has had very good success against Wainwright for his career. So Lucroy takes a pitch in there for a strike, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Lucroy is the top hitter the Brewers have as far as batting average goes. He is 6th in the National League, hitting .303. His next double, as long as he's in the game and has that double as a catcher, will tie a major league record for doubles in a season by a catcher. He's currently tied with Yadier Molina for the National League record, 44 doubles. Molina did that last year. Lucroy still leads the league in doubles, has 51 this season. Looks like he's going to finish as the league leader. He is plus 10 to his nearest challenger.
And the Cardinals, like every other team, play him pretty much straight away in the infield, straight away in the outfield. Borges very shallow in center, giving him a little bit of the gap out there in left center. Borges is going to play about as shallow as any center fielder you'll see. He can run. He can go and get him over his head.
Full count to Lucroy. We'll see what Wainwright has in mind for him. And Lucroy steps out. Cool night here. That touch of fall in the air. Quiet crowd to start this game. It was an empty stadium by the 12th inning yesterday as the Brewers had that comeback win. And Wainwright misses down and in, so Lucroy draws the walk. A 2-out base runner for Ramos Ramirez. Wainwright, a 400+ batting average career against Wainwright on August 1st here in St. Louis. Much warmer conditions that day, and Ramirez hit one off the top of the fence and into the bullpen.
He's one of those guys that Rami sees the baseball pretty well against. Not too many can say that. Not with Wainwright out there in the mound. He's had good success against Adam Wainwright.
And a first pitch fastball from Wainwright is in there. It's interesting that a lot of Ramirez's hits, and he has 23 of them career, including 3 homers, have come on first pitch breaking balls from Wainwright. Ramirez loves to swing at that first pitch. Doesn't have to just be a fastball. He does a lot of damage on the first pitch. Strike 2.
Yeah, and with a guy like Wainwright, your first strike that he gives you is ordinarily the best one to hit because he gets ahead of you most of the time. And then he's going to be able to find the corners, keep the baseball down, try to get you to chase.
Ramirez, the all-time leader against Wainwright for hits in a career. It's been a career that Ramirez has spent the entirety in the National League Central. Pirates, Cubs, and now the Brewers. And he pulls that one over to third base. Carpenter over the top, throws him out. And Wainwright with a scoreless first with a couple of Ks. Mike Fiers on the mound next. and the last 2 games against St. Louis in the regular season. Third-year skipper Mike Matheny, World Series skipper last year. He sends this lineup to the plate tonight against Mike Fiers. Matt Carpenter will lead off. John Jay to follow, then Matt Holliday. Middle of the order is Adams, Peralta, and Yadier Molina. Daniel Descalso gets to start at second base tonight. Peter Borges in center field. Adam Wainwright rounds it out. Associated Bank Cardinals lineup facing Mike Fiers, and a lot of eyes on Mike Fiers tonight on how he responds. First game rock after hitting Giancarlo Stanton with a fastball.
Yeah, visibly shaken up after hitting Stanton and Reed Johnson. He did pick up a win. He got through 5 innings, did not allow a run. And here's the pitch that got Stanton, and you can see visibly shaken up is Mike Fiers. Once play resumed, he hit Reed Johnson. Both of them called strikes. But very interesting to see how he handles this tonight. A couple of days ago in his side session, all reports very good for Fiers in that he seemed to be throwing free and easy and with a clear head. But we'll see how he handles it tonight against the Cardinals.
Well, to give Fiers a lot of credit, he's answered all the questions. He's made himself available to the media. He knows it's a story, and he's trying to make it not a story anymore. And the way to do that is to pitch well and pitch with good confidence in command tonight. So we shall see. He gets his night started against Matt Carpenter. The first pitch is in there for a strike. I think the first real challenge, the biggest challenge Fiers will have, will be against Matt Holliday, who hits third in this inning. He'll be the first right-handed batter that he faces. And Holliday's the guy who does stand right on top of the plate, and he does get hit a lot.
And you have to pitch him inside. That's the other thing about Holliday, and it'd be interesting to see how Fiers handles that. But he's a major leaguer, and you expect him to be able to push through this situation.
Well, Carpenter comes in at a .273 clip this year. He swings and fouls that one away. Not having the same year he had last year, but he had a great year last year. He was the hits leader in the National League. Matter of fact, he led all of baseball in hits last year with 199. There was not a 200 hit batter in the major leagues last season. We've already had one this year in Jose Altuve.
Yeah, set a Astros franchise record for hits. There's probably not going to be a National Leaguer with 200 hits again this year.
Now, right now, Hunter Pence is the leader in the National League. He has 178 hits this season. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fiers just getting his night started. Got a couple of lefties to start it with Carpenter and Jay. And that ball's hit hard into center field. Gomez came in, now going back, and makes the catch for out number 1.
And the Brewers able to flash the leather in last night's ball game. One of the reasons why they were able to win that ball game 3-2 in 12 innings. Let's check out the Brewers defense, brought to you by Menards. And one of the guys that was very good was Gerardo Parra out in left. He made a number of very nice catches out there. Gomez and Braun round out the outfield. Ramirez, Segura, Jeanette, and Overbay gets to start at first base tonight with Jonathan Lucroy behind home plate.
There's Lyle Overbay, plus defender out there. He's been a great pinch hitter for the Brewers this year. As John Jay takes a ball. Let's get into a little bit of Matt Clark. We talked about this on our Brewers Live pregame show. Matt Clark drove in a run last night on a sacrifice fly. He's had a great run at the plate. And Overbay's been good off the bench. So why do you think the change tonight for Ron Renneke?
Man, you get the veteran against one of the best right-handers in all of baseball. I mean, Matt Clark, although he's been pretty good, Ron Renneke has picked his spots when he wants to put him in that lineup. It's all about matchups and the type of pitcher, that he's going to face that particular night. I think also it's going to be a low-scoring game with Wainwright out on the mound. You want to shore up your defense over at first base.
So it's Overbay who plays. Managers always balancing the confidence of an inexperienced player. Matt Clark's not a young player. He's 27 years of age, and he's played in Japan. He's been on the big stage, but he is just getting to the big leagues for the first time. And Adam Wainwright's the kind of pitcher that can put a lot of guys into slumps. Even the best of the most experienced hitters in the big leagues, as Fiers rings the bell and strikes out John Jay with a fastball.
Well, nothing wrong with that command, huh? Right on that outside corner. Able to pick up his first strikeout. That's Fiers' 60th strikeout in 53 2/3 innings of work. I mean, he's been outstanding.
2 up, 2 down. Here comes Matt Holliday. And this will be a good early test here for Mike Fiers. Holliday known as a hitter who dives, meaning a guy that leans out over the plate so he can cover the outside corner, and he can do a lot of damage on pitches on the outside corner. The old notion that you can't let him get his arms extended. Swings and misses at that one, a defensive hack.
And that's that new cut fastball that Mike Fiers has picked up. Straight fastball, the cut fastball, curveball, and changeup for Fiers.
Holliday comes in as the Cardinals' RBI leader. He's had a great second half. Has 86 runs batted in this season, 18 homers. Cardinals don't hit a whole lot of home runs. They're actually last in the league in team homers. They do have a few boppers in their lineup, though. Holliday and Matt Adams. Johnny Peralta is their club leader in homers, their shortstop. 2-1. Holliday, a shot right past Fiers, right to Jeanette. And the side is retired. That one whistled right past the head of Mike Fiers. Scoreless inning for Fiers, however. We head to the second. Strikeouts in the first inning. How about our Carsoup.com trivia? We'll hit you early with it tonight. Who are the two active pitchers with at least 10 wins versus the Brewers? Adam Wainwright could potentially be one of those. Ryan Braun will lead off here in the second inning. Has a couple of doubles this year against Wainwright. Ryan 1 for 5 last night. A .273 hitter coming into play tonight. Brewers need to get Braun on a hot streak. You're not going to win a whole lot of games when you don't get much production from Braun and Ramirez and Lucroy. Those are your big bats. Those are the guys that have to be there for you. And those players, especially Braun, was in a position to drive in some runs last night. Brewers were fortunate last night that some of the role players got it done as Braun turns that one around quickly. A base hit.
You get the count in your favor against Wainwright, you give yourself a chance. Wainwright falling behind in the count, and they were throwing a fastball to Brawny, able to bang it into left field. And you can thank the pitching staff last night for that win for sure. I mean, 3-2. I mean, 11 scoreless innings after Willie Peralta gave up 2 runs in the first. Could have been a lot worse in that first inning.
That's a great point, and we have spent a lot of time talking about those role players and the newcomers that contributed last night, but the pitching staff, especially the bullpen, the reason late that the Brewers were able to come back in that game. Broxton was terrific again. He still is not allowed a run as a Brewer. Brandon Kinsler got the win last night. Gerardo Parra hit a home run last night. Now has 9 for the year. And Parra with his 3rd as a Brewer. Lance Lynn tried to get one inside on him, and Parra did miss it on a night when you weren't expecting many home runs with the wind blowing in and the cool temperatures. Powerball home run number 9 for Gerardo.
Ron Rennie just can't get him out of the lineup. He's been that good both at the plate and in left field.
Parra hits one on the ground to second, and that'll turn into a 4-6-3 double play. Nobody in the National League gets more double plays than Adam Wainwright, and you can add one more to it.
Well, throws strikes, keeps the baseball down. Again, he's only allowed 10 home runs this year. 10 home runs in 212 innings. Not too shabby. He keeps the ball on the ground, and because of that, he gets a lot of double play balls.
2 outs, nobody on for Overbay. Still riding the good favor after his walk-off hit against Cincinnati last Friday. It was his 2nd at-bat of the game. Overbay drove one into the gap in left center field. And it was the first walk-off since late July for the Brewers. Much needed win for Milwaukee. Brewers come into this game tonight on a pretty good stretch right now. They've won 5 of their last 6 games. Slow roller. Adams is over. Wainwright covers, and that's that for the Brewers in the 2nd inning. 2 scoreless for Adam Wainwright. Fires back to work. We head to the bottom of the 2nd.
Second inning of work as he pitches under the watchful eyes of manager Ron Renicky and pitching coach Rick Krenitz. And the question came about if and when he would pitch inside, and BA and Rock, you guys touched on it with Fiers pitching to Matt Holliday, and Ron Renicky admitted Fiers cannot pitch an entire game without going inside. That's a part of his game plan. He goes inside and out, and it will be interesting to see when he's able to pitch inside. But first right-handed batter, no problems.
All right, Telly, thanks. Yeah, he retired Holiday. Hard hit ball ended up in the glove of Jeanette. Matt Adams leads off for the Cardinals here in the second inning. Brewers put 3 infielders on the right side defensively against Adams. Since August 9th, these are impressive numbers here. This was the date of Fiers' first start in the big leagues this year. Only Kershaw and Cueto have more strikeouts, and Fiers has a chance to pass Johnny Cueto here. A couple of things to look at with Fiers since that August 9th date. So this is his 8th start since that date, and he is among National League leaders in both strikeouts, as you saw, and ERA. He's currently 5th in the National League in ERA since that date. Adams hits one right into the shift. Jeanette from his knees makes the throw for the out. Springs to his feet to get the out on Adams, who is robbed of a hit courtesy of the shift.
Yep, Brewers scouting department and Garth Ord positioning Scooter Jeanette perfectly. Adams hits this one very hard, and that's a tough play for an infielder. You don't ordinarily take a ground ball off the grass, but Scooter able to keep it in his glove and get the good throw over to first base. They had the right guy running. These coaches, they work tirelessly day after day, and looking at these scouting reports, the video, and setting the defense, and it worked that time.
And they'll put Jeanette on the other side this time. So 3 infielders on the left side with Johnny Peralta at the plate. And he swings at the first pitch, drives one into right center field. Gomez is over. He calls it, and he's got it for the out.
No problem for Gogo out there in the gap. Hey, to thank their fans for their tremendous support this season, the Brewers are giving away scratch-off cards to all fans at Miller Park on Sunday, September 28th for the regular season finale against the Chicago Cubs. Every fan is guaranteed a prize, ranging from a 2015 ticket package to a game-used memorabilia and more. Visit Brewers.com for details.
2 quick outs for Fiers. Here is Yadier Molina. Molina's been a hot hitter, coming back from surgery on his right thumb. Tore ligaments in that thumb, sliding into third base. Some questions about how he'd come back offensively, but he's done very well since coming back. Molina had 3 hits on Sunday as the Cardinals swept the Colorado Rockies. He has 17 hits in his last 15 games, and hits that one hard. Oh, what a play by Jeanette. He spins and throws him out. So the Cardinals with 3 hard hit balls, but the Brewers flashing a little leather in the second inning. And Fiers gets his night started. 6 up, 6 down. Beautiful play by Scooter Jeanette. I'm not doing that. keeping an eye on the Pirates and the Red Sox, and it's a rough start for Clay Buchholz. Gregory Polanco with a missile into the bleachers in right field. And the Pirates weren't done there. Clint Barmas in the second inning drives in a couple of runs. Pirates hosting Boston. That's a 3-game series with the reigning world champs. It is now 5-1 Pittsburgh as they play in the bottom of the 5th.
Pirates are red hot, aren't they?
They've won 8 of their last 10 games. That'll be the Brewers' next opponent. Starts a weekend series Friday night. Brewers Pirates from PNC. Segura on the first pitch. Ground ball right to Descalso. 1 pitch and 1 out for Wainwright, who threw just 6 pitches in the second inning.
He's thrown 15 strikes already. That's the thing about Adam Wainwright. I mean, there's no sense in going up there trying to work the count against this guy. I mean, a lot of times you go up there, take the first pitch strike, but many times with pitchers like Wainwright, and we've talked about it a lot, your best pitchers, that first strike is the best one to hit because they're trying to get ahead of you.
Here's Mike Fiers. Wainwright wasting no time. Drops one in for a strike. Both of these pitchers are pouring in the strikes right now. Fiers has 21 pitches through 2 innings, has 15 strikes thus far. Quickly 0-2 on Fiers. And down he goes. Wainwright makes quick work of him on 3 pitches.
Well, guarantee your spot at Miller Park this postseason by signing on to be a 2015 Brewers season seat holder. Simply place a deposit on a 2015 ticket plan of 20 games or more, and you will qualify for 2014 postseason privileges. For more information, visit brewers.com/season tickets or call 414-902-HITS.
2 quick outs. Top of the order here is Carlos Gomez. Brewers get a hit and a walk first time through the order. A 2-out walk by Luke Croy. A leadoff single by Braun. Braun was wiped out on a double play. So Wainwright's faced just 1 over the minimum at this point. Wainwright sitting on 18 wins this year. Clayton Kershaw has 19 wins. I don't think there's any doubt that Kershaw is the front runner for a Cy Young Award. He'll have a couple of starts remaining. Might even be talking about Kershaw as an MVP this season. But Wainwright is having a Cy Young Award type season.
Again, when doesn't he? 19 wins last year. Been an amazing career.
Little tapper, slow roller, tough play. Carpenter bare hands, throws, no chance. Gomez on an infield hit keeps the inning alive in the 3rd.
Well, don't expect Carlos to be staying put very long. Just like he did in the 12th inning last night. Got on via the walk, stole second, stole third, and was able to score on that blooper by Hector Gomez. Got out in front of a curveball that was down, and there was really no play for Carpenter at third base. Have to be aggressive on the base paths with Adam Wainwright out on the mound.
Just checking Gomez there, see if he's limping a little bit. Not sure what that's all about. He has been dealing with some hamstring problems. That was prior to him sitting down with a wrist injury. But, he came up a little hobbled there. We'll see. Keep an eye on him. Scooter Gennett at the plate, and a cut and a miss.
This is a tough combination right now for Gomez to get a jump. Wainwright very quick to home plate, and not too many better at throwing out base runners than Molina.
Wainwright is giving Gennett a steady diet of breaking balls, curveballs, and sliders. Gennett struck out in the first inning. Wainwright has 3 Ks. And a little jam shot out to Descalso. So the inning is over. The Brewers fail to score. 3 shutout on the board for Wainwright. We head to the home 3rd. Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Piggly Wiggly, the official supermarket of Fox Sports Wisconsin. And by Marshfield Clinic. Don't just live, shine. Bottom third coming up. Cardinals at the plate. And the bottom of their order, Mike Fiers has retired 6 in a row. So far, so good. Off to a good start here tonight. Does have a strikeout. He punched out John Jay looking in the first inning. There have been some hard hit balls thus far, but they have found Brewers gloves at this point. So Fiers back to work. Descalso leads off. Got a spot in the starting lineup tonight. Playing second base tonight, the ultra versatile Descalso. Used as a pinch hitter last night. Cardinals have had their woes offensively, scoring 2 runs. They had the first 4 batters reach yesterday in the first inning. Scoring twice, and that was it. They have not scored since. 11 scoreless innings yesterday. And Fiers with 2 scoreless here tonight.
Yeah, really able to minimize damage in that first inning. 2 runs in, and then Peralta's grounded into a double play, and that was all the Cardinals would do. Amazing pitching by that Brewers pitching staff last night.
Great work out of the bullpen. Had to go deep into the game last night. Frankie Rodriguez did notch the save. He was able to finish it off. Peralta ended up going 7. Zach Duke, Will Smith, Jeremy Jeffress, Brandon Kinsler got a huge out. Getting Matt Holliday to end the threat. Descalso turns on one, pulls it foul in the seats.
The Brewers winning a game last night like they did in the month of April. Great pitching, just enough offense. Reminds you of what they did in the month of April at that 20-8 record.
Milwaukee coming into play tonight, 7 games over 500 after that 20-8 start. And the division not out of question. It's going to take a great rally by the Brewers down the stretch. They're going to have to win most of their games. And the Brewers have 11 remaining, including tonight. 8 left on this road trip, and then 3 at home against the Cubs to finish the year. But it starts with a head-to-head matchup with the Cardinals, which will be their final 2 games against St. Louis this season. As Descalso draws the walk. That's the first blemish of the night against Mike Fiers, his first walk. Now time for you to tweet us. Send your photo. Use the hashtag WisFanPhoto, and you'll have a chance to have it seen on the broadcast. It's all brought to you by AT&T. And a lead runner on against Fiers. Here is Peter Borges. Borges, one of the fastest players in the National League in all of baseball. Tough guy to double up. Fiers pretty much a fly ball pitcher anyway. And he starts him with a strike.
And Borges, although he is very fast, he's had a tough time getting on base throughout his career, but lately he has been making contact, getting on base, and creating problems for the defense. Well, when he gets on, you figure he's going to steal. Pitchers know it and sometimes make mistakes to the hitter at the plate. I have to say nothing about the way he can cover center field.
Got off to a very slow start. So poor was his start that the Cardinals brought up Oscar Taveras. John Jay playing center field. Borges then, a little after the All-Star break, started to hit a little bit. He knew he's going to give you great defense, but his bat started to come around. And Borges and Jay, along with Matt Holliday, is the outfield that Matheny's going to go with. Taveras is basically a pinch hitter and a 4th outfielder. Great young prospect in the Cardinals system, Oscar Taveras.
And you wonder if there's room for him down the road here. They always seem to be trying to give away John Jay's job, don't they, every single year?
Yep, and every year he seems to figure out a way. There's a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Renicky knows Borges well from the Angels. Under his tutelage with the Angels, he talks about Borges as an outstanding outfielder, very fast. But he does hit the ball in the air a lot offensively. That was always a challenge for the Angels with a guy like Borges. He's trying to get him to hit the ball on the ground. Boy, that didn't miss by much. Close pitch, goes for a ball. It's 2-2.
Yeah, just a little bit low, I guess. Had the plate. Tough pitch to take. A little bit low.
Yeah, Fox Tracks had it low in the zone. 2-2 with Descalso at first. Pirates have added to their lead, by the way. It is now 9-1 Pittsburgh. Well, what has happened to the Red Sox? That game's still in the 5th inning, by the way. Pittsburgh's still batting. 9-1 is the score. So it looks like the Brewers are going to have to win tonight to remain a game and a half back in that second wild card spot. In the dirt, Lucroy up with it, thrown to second in the dirt. The tag in time.
Wow.
Descalso is out on a great pick by Jeanette. A pick and a tag to get him.
Well, he picked it and dropped that glove right away. And you know, what a play by Scooter Jeanette. He's made a number of very nice plays so far tonight. Check this out. In the dirt, blocks it. Lucroy gets it quickly. And check out the pick by Scooter Jeanette right here. This is a tough hop he has to handle. And not even close at second base. What a play. Good job by Lucroy to block it, keep it close, and Jeanette with the pickup.
And that wasn't just a routine block either. That ball actually came up, hit Lucroy in the chin, or at least the face mask under the chin. And he was able to make the play, so that could change the inning. 2 outs now, 3-2 the count. Fires in the windup, and Borges fouls it off.
Yeah, you'd rather be making low throws than high throws. You know, your fielders can help you out if you short hop them. That goes for first base too, but not much they can do to help you out when you make a high throw. That's a tremendous pick by Jeanette.
He's had a nice game already with the glove. He's made a couple of plays defensively on ground balls. And that pick to get it out at second base. Full count. And a swing and a miss. Changeup from Fires, out number 2.
3-2 changeup. First one he threw to Borges and got him out in front. That's just a good pitch. Had plenty of the plate with the strike, and Borges couldn't make contact.
That split change, as Fires calls it. He just splits the grip a little bit. He doesn't dig it in like a split finger fastball. He just splits it enough so he can't throw it with big velocity.
Yeah, just take 4 or 5 miles an hour off of it. That's all it takes.
There's a strike to Wainwright. Well, the inning changed a great deal when Descalso was cut down at second base. Fires has a chance to go through this one facing 3 batters. Wainwright is a good hitting pitcher. He's hitting 182 this season. Those are respectable numbers for a pitcher at the plate. He does have 6 runs batted in. And he does have a hit against Milwaukee this year. It's a big target. Doesn't bite on the curveball. Good take by Wainwright. 2-2 now.
You can see Fiers thinking, I just can't pump fastballs to this guy. Might get a base hit. You don't want to bring up the top of the order, so he's trying to get him on a couple of curveballs in his at bat, showing some respect.
Got him. Put it right by him. Wainwright strikes out. Fires with back-to-back Ks. Faces the minimum. First time through the order. Fourth, and the Brewers are coming up. Got Lucroy, Ramirez, and Braun to lead it off against Adam Wainwright. Tonight in our Southwest Airlines non-stoppable play. Looking at this play, Lucroy to Jeanette. Both deserve some credit here. Cutting down Descalso at second base. That changed the inning quite a bit.
That's two non-stoppable plays right there. One with the block and one with the pick by Scooter Jeanette.
And Lucroy will start it here in the fourth inning. Cool night in St. Louis. Brewers will wrap up this series tomorrow night. Final of a 3-game series, and then the Brewers will be headed to Pittsburgh. The old night game getaway tomorrow. That's going to be an early morning arrival into Pittsburgh as they get ready for Friday night's matchup.
Scheduled for a 2:30 Eastern time arrival into Pittsburgh. Assuming a 3-hour game.
That's all right.
According to the Brewers itinerary, it really doesn't matter what time you get in, right?
It's all the same.
Honestly.
Sleep in. And bring your A game Friday. Got a lot of hoagies to eat in Pittsburgh.
See, I don't need them anymore.
Oh, really? The new you? Did you have a bad experience?
I'm not quite sure how to explain why I don't do that.
Like
but
Skyline Chili, one of those moments?
Yeah.
Lucroy takes a strike from Wainwright.
Yeah, you get up there in age, there's certain things you just have to avoid.
I'm with you. Now you're more into the salad situation now. Neither pitcher allowing much. Wainwright's given up 2 hits, both singles. A sharply hit ball by Ryan Braun in the second inning. That was to left field, and then Gomez reached on a bunt, or rather an infield single, a swinging bunt last inning. Wainwright with 3 Ks.
Man, Wainwright has a good curveball tonight. You know, that game where he gave up 7 runs against the Brewers, everything was up in his zone. Hanging the curveball, he hasn't done that tonight.
Well, it's easier said than done, but the Brewers, the way they are pitching right now, the way Fires is pitching, you put some runs on the board, you really put the pressure on St. Louis. Make them play from behind. Lucroy in the hole, backhanded Peralta, got a long throw. Lucroy is safe. Bang, bang play. It was a heck of a play by Peralta, but Lucroy runs better than most catchers, and he was able to beat it out.
Yeah, usually on a bang bang play like that, you're going to see the manager go out. Mike Matheny standing on the stairs there in the dugout. And let's see, does he beat it? Looks like he does. And Matheny's going to stay put, I think.
Matheny is asking Wainwright to not engage the rubber, which will move it to the next play and negate the opportunity to go to a challenge.
See, this is where the replay system has to be changed right here. If Matheny has any intention of going to a review or asking for a review, they need to go out right away. You can't be spending this much time in the dugout and having Wainwright standing off the mound. It's a waste of time.
They're supposed to get 30 seconds to make a decision. So no challenge here for the Cardinals. Lucroy with a base hit. He's now hit in 17 of his last 19 games. And Ramirez breaks his bat, caught at third. Lucroy retreats. It was a line drive. It did break his bat, but he hit it well. Could have been a double down the left field line. Instead, it is a line drive out and the first out of the fourth.
Yeah, get a little more air underneath of it, right off the end of the bat, and Carpenter able to grab it, but good base running by Lucroy to stay close enough to first to get back.
Ryan Braun with one away. He ripped a single through the hole between short and third his first time up. Yeah, Wainwright starts him with a strike. Powerball home run leaderboard. Ryan Braun is on that list. He's in the top 4. Davis and Reynolds with 22 apiece. Then you got Gomez. It's been about a month since he homered last. And Ryan Braun with 19. And he is the Brewers RBI leader this year with 81.
2 top home run hitters not in the lineup.
It is interesting with Chris Davis. Because of the play of Gerardo Parra, Renicky has stuck with Parra against right-handed starting pitchers. He doesn't call it a platoon, doesn't feel like it is a platoon, but that's the way it's basically worked out here lately. Parra's just been too good to remove from the lineup.
They just can't get him out of there. No, I mean, he's been playing well defensively. He's been getting hits. He's been a nice spark in that offense for Ron Renicky. Can't get him out of the lineup. I'm sure it was a tough decision to take Matt Clark out of the lineup tonight.
Yeah, and Renicky and the coaches, you talk to Johnny Nairn, the hitting coach, or the pitching coach, Rick Kranitz, and if a guy's having success, especially an unproven guy, and you say, well, how can you take him out of the lineup, or how can you not let him pitch in certain positions? And they'll be the first to tell you. It's because we've put him in those positions to succeed, especially players with inexperience. You're trying to build confidence. Braun, a swing and a miss. He might have got a piece of it, but it ended up in the mid of Molina anyway, and a strikeout for Wainwright. His fourth.
Yeah, wide array of pitches for Wainwright. There's that cut fastball just off the outside corner. And Bronny not able to put it in play. Good pitch.
And the second out, Lucroy still standing at first base. Here's Gerardo Parra now. I think the Brewers coaching staff goes through an incredible amount of data And it's not just the coaching staff. It comes from the baseball operations department as well. And crunching the numbers as Parra shoots one to right. A base hit. Lucroy on his way to third. And Gerardo Parra keeps hitting.
The second time he's hit the ball hard. Unfortunately for him, the first time up, a bullet right at the second baseman for a double play ball. First pitch once again, this four-seam fastball, and Parra able to hit it hard out of the reach of Adams. Adams had no time to react and down the line and right. The Brewers are a base hit away from taking the lead.
And the third hit of the series already for Gerardo Parra. He is now 3 for 6 after hitting .324 on the last homestand. First and third, 2 gone. Overbay at the plate. He rolled out weakly over to first base in the second inning. That ended the inning. And a big cut and a miss at a slow curveball. That's Wainwright's signature pitch.
Yeah, first pitch fast or curveball. Just when you think he thinks you're dialing in on that first pitch fastball, he'll throw that for a strike.
Overbay, a .370 hitter with runners in scoring position. He's got Lucroy over there now with 2 away. Big chance for the Crew to get on the board. First and third. Overbay takes one inside. I'm always fascinated by the information that the Brewers will go through when they determine who's in the lineup, who's on the mound in certain situations, who will match up against certain hitters. I'm always trying to let the information work for you, put them in the best position to succeed. I think Scooter Gennett is probably the poster child of that situation this year. He's hardly played against left-handed hitting. His confidence is sky high. He's had a great year swinging the bat in the big leagues. And next year he figures to be the everyday second baseman, but he hasn't had to face those lefties, those tough lefties. And that's kept him rolling. Overbay in a 1-2 count. Takes a breaking ball low.
Well, the other thing, the other side of that for Ron Renicky, every now and again he'll throw away those scouting reports and all the matchup information. Just go with a hunch and just play a hunch. We've seen it on a number of occasions this year where you just throw somebody in the lineup and they end up producing for you. Sometimes a manager has to do that, just play his gut.
That might be what he's doing tonight with Overbay. Overbay doesn't have great numbers against Wainwright. Hasn't seen him that much. He's just 1 for 7 career against him. He's batting in a big spot here. 2-2. First and third. Best chance for the Brewers to score yet. And Overbay lays off. Wainwright looking for the back door with that curveball.
It just did miss that outside corner. Very tantalizing for Lyle Overbay, but he did lay off of it. Molina making it look good, but clearly off the outside corner.
And that'll fill the count. That'll give Gerardo Parra a head start at first. Got a chance to score a couple of runs if anything's hit down the line or in a gap. Full count. Parra takes off. Overbay fouls it away.
Steady diet of breaking balls to Overbay.
They'll do it again. Parra goes. Overbay takes ball 4. Boy, what a good at-bat by Lyle Overbay. Got himself in a hole early, ends up drawing a walk, and the Brewers have the bases loaded with Segura coming up.
And it's almost as if Wainwright was content with walking Overbay right there, throwing the curveballs and trying to catch the outside corner with it. Didn't really seem to be all that upset about that walk.
Overbay talking to Garth Orge about that curveball of Wainwright.
Going straight down.
Well, Segura had a couple of shots last night with men on base. Came up empty in those tries. He's got a big one here tonight. Bases loaded, 2 outs. In there for strike one. Buckled him a little bit.
And it is the old Uncle Charlie right there, one of the best in the business, talking about curveballs. And he throws it for strikes.
Lucroy started this inning with an infield hit as Segura into center field, hits it hard but right at Borges. Wainwright gets out of a bases loaded jam. Tough break for Segura. Hit it right on the line. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Without a heart, it's just a machine. By the Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Miller Lite. Now in the original can, it's Miller time. Mike Fiers back on the mound. He starts his 4th inning. He has faced just 9 batters. He's given up 1 base runner. That was a walk to Descalso, but Descalso was thrown out on a pitch in the dirt. Thrown out at second base. Terrific play by Lucroy and Jeanette on that play last inning. Fiers came back with back-to-back Ks. And here we go to the 4th for St. Louis. Brewers just stranded the bases loaded, albeit with 2 outs.
Yeah, but Segura hit the ball right on the nose, but right at Borges in center. Brewers the real only opportunity in this game for both ball clubs, and they come up empty.
So back to the top of the order, 2nd time through the order here. Cardinals go 0 for 8 with a walk, 1st time through against Mike Fiers. There's a strike. Matt Carpenter lined out to center field in the 1st inning. Been some hard hit balls in this game. Not a lot of hits to show for it. Strike 2, slow curveball in there. 72 miles an hour with the curveball. He can throw that curveball in the 60s if he wants. That is taking a lot off.
Yes, it is. Tough to get enough spin on it to have an actual break to it. More like a gravity ball at that speed.
And an 0-2 is a fastball that got in on his hands. Long run. Gomez, a lot of ground to cover, and he makes the play for out number 1. That's just terrific pitching by Fiers.
And able to get in on his hands. That's a good sign for Mike tonight. Hey, the Tracks in Milwaukee is tonight's Tavern of the Game winner. They call the Brewers in the next 24 hours. They get 40 Miller Lite beer pen tickets to a 2015 April or May Brewers home game. It's offered courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Good to have everybody from the Tracks watching in tonight. Pennant race baseball, you gotta love it. Brewers are on the wrong side of the fence right now, a game and a half back of the postseason. but still have their fate in their hands. They'll have 3 games with the Pirates coming up this weekend. John Jay swings and fouls one back into the net. You see what the Cincinnati Reds did tonight? Cincinnati is in Chicago. They got 1 hit yesterday by Arrieta. Arrieta struck out 13, almost no hit Cincinnati. So Brian Price completely overhauled his lineup as Jay slaps one left field. That is foul.
He pulled the names out of a hat?
Nope. Well, he might have.
That's a Tom Trevorhorn trick.
He has one of his regular starters in there tonight. That would be Ryan Ludwig. And I wouldn't even necessarily call Ludwig a regular starter at this point, but he's gone with an entire bomb squad of lineup today. A lot of
split squad
role
game
players and September call-ups. He would definitely be fined in a spring training game. No, he's had enough. Cincinnati's 10 games under 500. Cubs do have a lead in that game, 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. Sitting Phillips and Bruce and Cozart and the likes.
And you got Corsino on the mound. A guy that's a September call-up.
Right. He was pretty good against Milwaukee.
Yeah.
No balls, 2 strikes on Jay. Fire struck him out his last time up. He got him on the outside corner. And back out there he goes, and he rolls over one to Overbay. And there is out number 2. How about a playoff update courtesy of Chase? Well, you had a couple of teams clinch it up last night in the Beltway. The Washington Nationals and the Baltimore Orioles clinching division titles. The Giants are inching their way toward the Dodgers. Los Angeles got rolled today in Colorado 16-2, and the Giants beat the Diamondbacks 4-2. So San Francisco is just 2 games back in the West, comfortably in first place in the wild card race.
There's a nice pitch by Fires, a fastball up and in. Pitching with a lot of confidence tonight. You got to tip your hat to him. All the questions about whether he's going to be able to come out and throw strikes, work inside, and he has not had an issue.
Oh, he has been spot on tonight. 2 outs and the 0-1 in the dirt.
And getting back to that playoff graphic, both teams tonight looking for the Pirates to lose games, but they won't. I'll just keep on rolling.
Yeah, Pirates are up 9-1. That game's now in the 7th inning over Boston. They've got one more to play tomorrow.
Of course, the Cardinals keep winning. They don't care what the Pirates do. Brewers, on the other hand, need help.
Holiday rings one foul in the seats. And a 2-2 count on that Holiday.
And another fastball up and in, and Holiday looking for it that time. Had good command in and out. He's been able to come inside on right-handed batters.
Yeah, look at those pinpoint pitches on the inside corner against Holiday. The 2-2, that one's away. Holiday drives it to right, but Braun playing deep right there. Inning over. Mike Fiers, 3 up, 3 down, 4 hitless innings, only a walk thus far. Roberto would have been 80 years of age.
Skill and
AT Uverse Rewind, the great career of Roberto Clemente that was cut short. In 1972, Clemente got his 3,000th major league hit. That was the last hit he ever recorded. He passed away in a plane accident.
Roberto Clemente was the guy who
December of that season. He was en route to deliver aid to earthquake victims in Nicaragua. And every year, baseball hands out the Clemente nominees for those who are doing exceptional work in the community. And the legendary Puerto Rican player Roberto Clemente, and looked up by so many, including Puerto Rican players like Yadier Molina and Martin Maldonado. They speak with great reverence, as we all do and should.
Yeah.
Roberto Clemente and the great career he had, not just on the field but off it as well. It's a fantastic award and a lot of pride taken in that award. Fires a little swinging bunt and a close play, and Fires is out.
Boy, Wainwright took his sweet time, didn't he? He didn't figure that Fires was going to be getting down the line as well as he was, and almost beat it down there at first base. Taking a little crow hop, no big deal, and Fires, man, that's pretty close.
Oh, they might take a look at this one. We'll see. Renicky is saying nope.
I was watching him down in that dugout, said I'm not going to do it.
Oh, is that right?
Too
not
close.
Not enough evidence, I guess. John Shelby is the Brewers coach in the clubhouse who looks at the replays and helps Renicky make the decisions.
I was talking to John Shelby around the dugout before batting practice today, talking about his philosophy as far as replay goes. He says, you know, if it's close early in the game, he's not really going to go with it.
There's a line drive to right, a base hit by Gomez.
But that same play, maybe in the 6th, 7th, 8th inning, he will, because you might not need that challenge, you know, later on. But you know, here in the 5th inning, you might have something else you might need to go to later on.
I feel like that's quite a reversal from what we were hearing in spring training, or did I misunderstand? I was under the assumption, and it's a new rule, so I think everybody's evolving with it. I was under the assumption the Brewers would challenge everything early, but that hasn't been the case.
Well, maybe you know, throughout the course of the season that's changed a little bit, but you know, just an idle chatter down by the dugout, and that's what T-Bone and I were talking about.
I think more and more coaches and managers are trusting umpires after the 7th inning to go to replay.
Yeah, we're talking about the real bang play.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the one that is obvious, obviously you're going to go after it, but you know, play like that, 5th inning with the pitcher up, it needs to be very obvious that the umpire missed it in a case like that. Now, 7th, 8th inning, it might be a little bit different. He might go after it.
Now, what we're saying, if it's not clear and conclusive, they are not changing these calls, so why bother at this point? Although some close ones have gone the other way.
We've been surprised this year.
Yes, we have.
Both ways.
Well, Brewers getting some traffic on Wainwright here. They had a man on in the 3rd. They've actually had a man on in every inning, and stranded the bases loaded last inning. Wainwright has allowed 5 hits thus far. He's walked a batter. Matter of fact, he's walked 2. Probably say that Overbay's walk in the 4th was of the unintentional, intentional variety. Meaning they didn't intentionally walk him, but he had really no mind to.
It was okay if he did walk
any strikes.
Right. If he wanted to get himself out, so be it.
Descalso is going to go to second. They get the out there, and Jeanette beats it at first. So a close play at second. Descalso taking a risk, but he gets the lead out. And the second out of the inning. Jeanette at first.
Doesn't appear like Gogo's running 100%.
Yeah, I'm with you. Remember, we saw Gomez limping after his infield hit in the 3rd.
But just try and get him out of the game.
Saw Lucroy's night at the plate, presented by Wendy's. Well, a team that relies heavily on the home run ball. It is not a home run night. Cool breeze is blowing in slightly as Lucroy in the air, right field, and a deep fly ball is going to go for an out. on most occasions tonight. Wainwright works around a hit by Gomez.
Community. Roberto Clemente dedicated his life to helping others. In honor of the late Hall of Famer and humanitarian, Major League Baseball annually bestows the Roberto Clemente Award presented by Chevrolet to recognize the player who best represents the game of baseball through sportsmanship, community involvement, and positive contributions, both on and off the field. Ryan Braun is one of the 30 club nominees eligible to win the league-wide Roberto Clemente Award presented by Chevrolet. Vote for Ryan Braun at www.chevybaseball.com.
All right, Telly, thanks. Now Braun and the Brewers getting a great pitching performance from Mike Fiers thus far. Wainwright working on a shutout through 5 innings, although he's given up 5 hits tonight. The only base runner for St. Louis tonight was a leadoff walk by Descalso.
Yeah, Brewers have left 6 stranded, so they've had their opportunities.
Matt Adams will lead off for St. Louis. Fiers deals him strike 1.
And 55 pitches for Mike Fiers, 38 strikes.
Adams pops it up. Foul territory. Lucroy right down the netting, makes the catch for the out.
Well, that one just kept drifting further and further away from Lucroy, and able to get it before it hits that net. If it hits the net and he catches it, it's out of play. It's no play. You see clearly catches it before it gets the netting for the first out.
1 away here in the 5th. That'll bring up Johnny Peralta. A first pitch swinger, Peralta. He swung at the first pitch in the 2nd inning and flew out to center. And a first pitch curveball in there for a strike.
I almost hit one out last night in the 12th inning. I think everybody in the ballpark thought it was a goner, including Johnny Peralta.
He just picked the wrong night to hit one in that spot. If he had pulled it just a little bit, had a chance to go out, but he hit it right at the 375 sign, and it came up about 2 feet short. Parra was there to make the catch. K-Rod ended up saving the game, and the Brewers won a thriller last night, a snatch-em-back win, scoring a run off Rosenthal in the 9th. They were down to their last 2 outs. Brewers tied it in the 9th, won it in the 12th. And probably sent a lot of Brewers fans and baseball fans going to the book. Who is H. Gomez, who had the game winner for the Brewers, his first career Major League RBI.
He was excited. He scored the tying run and drove in the winning run. Good for him. Hey, look at the Brewers lineup as they went into extra innings last night. And he had Hector Gomez hitting third, Herrera hitting fourth.
Yeah, Lucroy and Ramirez were both lifted for pinch runners in that game, and that move paid off. Hector Gomez ran for Lucroy and scored on a medium depth fly ball out to Matt Holliday, that sac fly that tied the game. Lucroy probably doesn't score on that.
Nope.
On that throw to the plate.
Pretty good throw by Holliday from left field. Not much on it, but it was right on the money.
Here's the 2-2, and Peralta pops it foul. Ramirez is over, and that's going to end up in the seats.
Well, the benefit of September baseball, both managers able to empty their benches and do whatever they want to do. They have two teams that they're looking to go to the postseason. They're going to bring up as many guys as they can that they feel are going to help them in any point in the game.
Got him. Fires, strikes him out. Mike Fiers picks up a K on an off-speed pitch. Looked like a changeup maybe, and his fourth K.
Yeah, second strikeout on a changeup. Second and fourth strikeout for Mike Fiers. There you see it. Yeah, the grip is identical pitch that he was able to strike out Borges on earlier in the game. That was in the third inning. Take something off of it. Has some good movement late.
Here's Yadier Molina, 2 outs in the fifth. Fiers was showing me how he throws that split changeup, and if you can imagine holding a baseball with your first two fingers down what they call the rails, the parallel stitches, and then Fiers splits those fingers. He moves his middle finger on to the lace where he can push off the lace with the inside of his middle finger. So he splits the grip and then puts that middle finger with the pressure point on the inside lace. So when he lets the pitch go with that split grip, he really drives through with his middle finger, and that's what gets that down and in sync to a right-handed batter.
Yep. It's probably a lot easier to throw than it is to explain.
0-2 to Molina, and he lines one foul.
Always have a baseball in the bag here, so if you ever need it, just ask. I'll give it to you.
I appreciate that.
You can borrow it. You can't have it.
There's a big stamp on it that says practice.
Those are the ones that they use before the game.
I feel like this might be illegal that it's here in the booth with us.
Illegal?
Illegal. Like that wasn't supposed to end up in my hand.
Oh, I cleared it with Tony Moriaccio. Don't worry about it. I don't steal anything.
It's just a prop.
It's a prop for the booth. You know, it works a lot better at home because we have the booth camera.
You got the booth camera. Otherwise known as spy camera. Fiers ready to go. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Molina, and a ball outside.
I think Molina might have thought that was strike 3. I think everybody else did too. I'd like to see where Fox Tracks has this one. Really?
Man. Off the plate, but close. 2-2. And a called strike 3. This time Molina is rung up. And Mike Fiers. What a night so far. Molina still chatting with the home plate umpire, Manny Gonzalez. We head to the 6th in a scoreless game. Andy. And our Carsoup.com trivia tonight, the two active pitchers with at least 10 wins against the Brewers. And if you said Adam Wainwright, you would be correct. Bronson Arroyo is the active leader with victories against Milwaukee. Never spent a day on the disabled list, Bronson Arroyo, until this season, and has missed most of the year. Now in Arizona with the Diamondbacks. To the 6th we go in a scoreless game. Aramis Ramirez will lead off. He is 0 for 2, although he's hit the ball sharply twice. Ramirez, Braun, Parra coming up. Middle of the Brewers order against Wainwright, who's allowed 5 hits and 2 walks. But he has stopped the Brewers when he's needed to. The Brewers have stranded 6 base runners tonight. Cardinals have just 1 base runner. That was a walk to Descalso, and he was thrown out at second base trying to advance on a pitch in the dirt. Fires his hardly pitched from the stretch tonight. Ground ball to Peralta. And Ramirez is out, number 1 for Adam Wainwright. Don't forget to set your compass due north Thursday nights on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Bill Shirk, Laura Schera. They'll take a look at the stories and adventures of outdoor enthusiasts in the upper Midwest. Watch Due North Outdoors this Thursday, 6:30 p.m. only on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Getting to be hunting season in Wisconsin.
Goodwill Hunting.
Bow season now.
How's your bow? You all dialed up?
No. That's coming out once the season's over.
All right.
I figure November when the playoffs are over.
I got it. Ryan Braun on the first pitch. Ground ball to Carpenter. 2 up and 2 down.
For the record, I'm just a target shooter. I'm not a hunter.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with hunting. It's just not my thing.
You like yours in confined spaces, in and out, no mess.
No cold.
No cold. Supposed to be a great snipe hunting season this season.
Yeah.
The snipes are big this year, I heard. Excellent snipe breeding season, so got to eliminate a few of those.
Overrun at my house.
Yes. Gerardo Parra with 2 away. He bounced into a double play in the second. He hit the ball sharply. He singled, hit a rocket into right field his last time up. Batting with 2 outs. Wainwright has not had a 3 up, 3 down inning tonight. And he won't have one here as Parra slaps one to the opposite field. Well, what a story Gerardo Parra is. 2 more hits tonight.
He pulls one right down the first base line. Then he's able to take one down the left field line. It just shows you he hits the ball where it's pitched. He stays right on that 2-seamer. You had Carpenter. He was in the right spot, but Parra hit it too sharply. Not able to react. A little bit off the line, even with the bag. And another hit for Parra.
So Parra's 2 for 3. That'll give Overbay an at-bat here in the 6th inning. Cardinals push their outfielders back with 2 outs, trying to cut off the extra base hit. And Overbay takes a ball down and away. Lyle drew a walk in the 4th inning. Wainwright threw him a steady diet of breaking stuff, and Overbay got behind in the count. And then Wainwright trying to see if he would chase. Overbay's looking at Molina here. I'm not sure what that's all about.
Molina and the home plate umpire might still be having a chat.
Yeah, Manny Gonzalez
rung him up.
He rung him up last inning, and we checked it on Fox Tracks between innings, and it was in the strike zone.
Yeah, catch a lot of times and be diplomatic, particularly in a spot like that. You know, Molina up, nobody on, strikes out. Looking, the conversation might go a little bit like, you know, you better give my guy that same pitch. And that might have been where that last pitch to Overbay was.
And Lyle Overbay's response would be, "You better not." Yeah, both have missed. 2-0 the count. Now we'll see if Overbay can zero in on one here in a 2-0 count. And he takes a big hack. That was right in the middle of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike on Overbay.
Yeah, that cut fastball that Wainwright features. Just has an arsenal of pitches to keep you off balance. Gets you down on the end. He gets you on a trademark. Underneath, on top. Just never really feel comfortable against this guy.
Three balls and a strike. Segura to follow. Brewers have had a lot of base runners tonight. 6 hits, 2 walks. 3-1. Overbay, a swing and a miss.
And went right after him. Good pitch on the outside corner. A little bit different situation here than it was last time, when it looked like Wainwright was content in walking Overbay. This time a walk was put a man in scoring position.
And Segura did hit the ball on the barrel in that 4th inning. He lined out to center. Parra takes off. Overbay strikes out to end the frame. Went to the curveball, and Overbay is gone. Wainwright with 6 scoreless. On a Wednesday night in St. Louis. Don't forget, coming up Saturday, a lot of baseball coming your way. You got Tigers Royals on Fox. American League Central Division showdown. The Dodgers trying to hold off the Giants in the West. They've got the Cubs. That's at 11:30 a.m. And then the Reds and the Cardinals on Fox Sports 1 starting at 6 p.m. Streaming live on Fox Sports Go as well. Mike Fiers trying to make a headline out of this. He's checked the American League Central standings. Tigers up 1.5 games on the Royals. By the way, the Royals are leading Chris Sale and the White Sox tonight. A score of 5-1. Nori Aoki has 3 hits tonight against Sale.
He's hot.
Set a franchise record for the Royals for most hits in a series. He has 11 hits in that series against Chicago.
Yeah, that's hot.
Very hot. They were about to give up on Nori in Kansas City, and he's been one of their best hitters lately. Tigers lead the Twins in the 5th inning. Well, the Brewers are keeping an eye on the Pirates. They lead 9-1. That game's in the 8th inning. Pirates beating Boston. Looks like the Brewers are going to need to win this one to remain a game and a half back, and Mike Fiers at this point is doing his part. Any questions about how he would come back after that beanball against the Marlins? He has answered them all here. And there's a swing and a miss. Descalso strikes out. Lucroy secures it.
Yeah, not just answering, but completely surpassing anybody's expectations. Hey, the Brewers' final regular season home series of 2014 is Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th, as the crew faces off against the Chicago Cubs to close out the 2014 regular season. Call 902-4000 and go to Brewers.com for tickets.
Here's Peter Borges. Fiers picking up his 6th strikeout. He has 3 consecutive Ks.
And not only has he been able to shake off that situation he had to deal with the last start, but maybe pitching his best game of the year. That's a nice bounce back right there from Mike.
Inside. Almost hit Borges.
Thought it did.
I think the sound, I heard the same thing you did. I think that was the sound of the mitt of Lucroy.
Well, not sure how it missed him, but yep, right off the end of the glove of Jonathan, and Borges able to get out of the way.
Borges, another guy that gets hit a lot. He wears that protection on his elbow. Stands right on top of the plate. And back inside goes Fiers. He misses. 3 balls and no strikes.
It's not the guy you want to walk.
You got Wainwright, the pitcher, coming up next. See if Fiers can come back. 3-0 is the count. Borges takes a fastball in there. Low scoring game last night. The lowest of scoring games tonight as Borges in the air to center field. Routine for Gomez. And there is out number 2. Fiers comes back down 3-0 to get the 8th place hitter.
They got one on the outer half of the plate, and Borges a easy fly out to center field. So I think Fiers continues to pound the strike zone.
And the Georgia native Adam Wainwright steps in here with 2 away. He struck out in the 3rd inning. Fiers has faced the minimum. Starts him with a fastball. Wainwright trying to hit one out. Take matters in his own hands.
Pulling a little Carlos Gomez on that first pitch.
That was a big hack. Fiers has only pitched from the stretch to 1 batter. That was a partial at bat as well. That was to Borges in the 3rd inning. That was the inning Descalso was thrown out trying to advance. He finished that at bat off with a strikeout. So he has been on cruise control here tonight. Swing and a miss. Slow curveball. Wainwright out in front.
And both of these pitchers have had good command of their off-speed pitches. Wainwright with the curveball. Fiers the same. 2 different curveballs, but both very effective.
Here's a 1-2. Wainwright back up the middle. A base hit. The first hit of the night for the Cardinals. And it comes from the pitcher. And the crowd erupts.
Well, fastball right down the middle of the plate. We talked about Wainwright being a good athlete, and he gets a pitch to handle and bangs it right back into center field. Now you know you're pitching well when the crowd here goes crazy over a single with 2 outs and nobody on.
And Fiers back in the stretch for just the 2nd time tonight. Got a runner at first with 2 outs. Top of the order here, Matt Carpenter. Now Fiers trying to keep this long scoreless drought going for the Cardinal offense. Cardinals haven't scored a run since the first inning yesterday. They got 2. Fiers is an out away from making it 17 consecutive scoreless innings for St. Louis as an offense. Nothing but zeros. That's a fascinating thing about Mike Fiers. Hitters are just a tick late on his fastball, which tops out at 89, 90 miles an hour. They're ahead of his cut fastball and his curveball, his changeup. Got all the speed ranges covered from the low 70s to the upper 80s and low 90s. He put that fastball by Carpenter.
Yeah, it's all about hiding the baseball. We talk about it every time he's out there on the mound. The fact that he keeps that glove up and hides the baseball when he takes it out of the glove, turns the back, ball behind the back, and then the hitter doesn't pick it up until the last second, and making everything seem a lot more difficult to hit. You don't see it early.
Fiers didn't make it to the big leagues until he was 26. He's 29 now. Lives in the Miami area. He's from South Florida, Deerfield Beach. A late bloomer. Carpenter thought about it, able to hold his swing. And the count goes to 2-2. Fiers has just been able to add layers to his stuff. Rock talked about the cut fastball he's added. That's given him another dimension. That split changeup that he has great command of. And Fiers himself admitted it's the confidence in all 4 pitches that has been the difference for him this year. He had a great year in AAA. He's been even better in the big leagues. Two balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first. First hit of the game for the Cardinals, Wainwright. And a called strike 3. Fiers pumps the fist as he punches out Matt Carpenter. 7 Ks. The no-hitter is lost, but the shutout is intact. Been a very interesting ball game, well pitched for different reasons, and a scoreless ball game. And our AT&T fan photo comes from Kelsey. That's Kelsey on the right there, Rock, in front of the excellent landscaping art. So thanks, Kelsey. It's all courtesy of AT&T. Don't forget to use the hashtag WisFanPhoto. Adam Wainwright back on the mound, 7th inning coming. Brewers will have Segura, Fires, and Gomez coming up. Both pitchers with 6 innings and no runs. Wainwright's had a lot of activity behind him. Fires just gave up his first hit. First hit he's allowed to a pitcher all year, by the way. And Wainwright had the single with 2 outs. Fires comes back, strikes out Carpenter for his 7th K to go along with just 1 walk and 1 hit.
Brewers have left 7, Cardinals only 1.
Last night it was a 2-1 game until the 9th when the Brewers tied it, and they won it 3-2. Segura had the best chance tonight. He was at the plate with the bases loaded in the 4th, and he lined out, hit it right on the nose to center field to end the inning. Segura shows bunt, gets it down. Carpenter cuts across and makes the play. Carpenter was on it. He saw Segura square and he busted it in to make the play and the first out of the inning.
They're playing in to start with, just trying to get something going. Carpenter realizes that Segura is going to drop down a bunt. I think Gene gave it away a little bit and made a play easily. Segura hit it a little bit too hard. Wanted to deaden it a little bit more down the line.
1 away from Mike Fires. It's been a great comeback year for Fires. You appreciate what he's gone through. He's very close to his mother, who passed away last year. Got sent down last season and actually ended up in pitching an A ball in Brevard County, so he could be close to his mom. Has a tattoo of his mother on his forearm, and his right forearm. He thinks about her every day. They were very close, and it really rattled him. I saw him this spring. He talked about that loss, how significant it was, the grieving period. And Fires strikes out. Wainwright's gotten him twice, and Wainwright with 7 Ks now, and 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th inning.
Both of these guys really dealing with the curveballs tonight. And again, I mean, those tough things. I mean, a lot of players, handle, family issues differently, and it affects some more than others. Gene Segura going through the same thing, or similar. Loss of his child around the All-Star break. It makes it difficult to be away.
Well, both Fires and Segura talked about what helped them the most was this brotherhood in the clubhouse, and guys reaching out and helping out after a tough time in your personal life. And that's important. I mean, I think all teams aspire to do that. The Brewers have been fantastic in that regard. It's a team that likes each other a lot. They get along well. They have a lot of fun.
Well, baseball makes it more convenient to be able to deal with those things. You got the bereavement list. You got the paternity leave that players are able to take off for a few days. Didn't used to be that way. A softer, gentler, kinder MLB.
Yeah, it's just the right way to do it.
Right.
They are human beings, and they have stuff going on in their lives that they need to tend to. 3 balls and a strike on Gomez. He's reached twice tonight, had an infield hit in the 3rd, clean single to right in the 5th inning. And looking for that one mistake that doesn't come often from Wainwright. He'd love to hit one out of here and give the Brewers the lead. 3-1, 2 outs. And Gomez takes a strike. Wainwright, bottom edge.
Yeah, right on that outside corner. It seems like every time he's behind in the count, he's able to come up with a pitch like that. Fires the same way tonight.
Count is full. See what Wainwright does here. And Gomez had a good lash at it, fouls it away. Breaking ball, skied to right. John Jay is under it, and that will retire the side. Adam Wainwright getting stronger. Pitchers duel in St. Louis. Stretch time at Busch. No score. Adam Wainwright pitching a dandy, both of them in our shining moment tonight. Brought to you by the Marshfield Clinic. We take a look at the night of Mike Fiers, who has 7 strikeouts. He's only given up 1 hit and 1 walk. That's it against the Cardinals tonight.
Yeah, curveballs have been very good for both of these pitchers. Able to throw them early in the count, able to get some strikeouts looking on the curveball. Fiers has had tremendous command and even has been able to work inside to these right-handed batters, something that people were wondering about coming in. See that curveball that got Matt Carpenter looking to end the last inning.
Well, this will be a key inning for Fiers now. 3rd time through. You got Jay, Holiday, and Adams. Fiers' pitch count is at 89 now as Jay pops this one up. Foul territory. Long run. Segura and Ramirez. And it is Ramirez who makes the catch.
Man, what a catch that was.
Over the shoulder. Ramirez just before he hits the retaining wall over there.
All 3 of them busting after it, and Ramirez is able to make that a basket catch over his shoulder as Steve Segura tries to help him out. Mike Fiers applauding that effort. Tremendous play by Aramis Ramirez. Sometimes you impress even yourself.
That was something. He just looked up in the last moment, snatched it. Fiers is very expressive on the mound, as we have seen. Applauding that play of Ramirez. Here's Matt Holliday now. And Holliday gets into one. Fair or foul is the question. That ball is foul. Not by much. Wow. Holliday was ready to swing at the first pitch. And he had enough distance.
That middle in. He's not sure.
The reality sets in right there. Where this ended up. I mean, just a touch foul. You know what? They didn't have enough distance, did it?
It didn't look like it. I was going to say, was it deep enough? I mean, ball not carrying all that well tonight, or last night for that matter.
No balls and a strike. And Fiers comes right back in there. He misses.
I think that's why Mike Matheny didn't even go out, because it wasn't far enough to leave the ballpark. At least it seemed that way.
There's a tricky corner in that corner in the left field here at Busch Stadium as far as calling home runs or boundary plays. That, see, the pole is there, but that pole is set back a little bit from that 336 marker, so it's possible
I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 feet from the edge of that wall to the foul pole.
Right.
It's a very tough angle for an umpire. Yeah, that's a good look at it.
Yeah,
usually
the poles are going to be right on the fence. So there's really no room between the wall and the foul pole. And that was maybe just barely far enough, but clearly bouncing off the wall to the left of the foul pole.
3 balls and a strike on Holiday, and he takes ball 4. So he gave him a scare to start the at-bat. Fires walks him. Second walk of the game for Fires. And a base runner with 1 out here in the 7th for Matt Adams. Brewers employed a shift on Adams in the 2nd inning, putting Jeanette deep in the grass, which is a spot he cannot go to now with a runner at first. But that took a hit away from Adams on a diving play by Jeanette. Adams popped up to the catcher. Lucroy his last time up. There's a ground ball. Jeanette is over. Dives, can't get it. Holiday on his way to 3rd. Gomez falls down, and Holiday's coming home. Segura's throw to the plate. The tag safe. What a way to give up a run.
Oh, boy.
Gomez fell down. It was a bad throw into the infield, and the Cardinals have the lead.
Gomez busting it and falls down, and Holiday never slowed down around 3rd base. He barely gets the plate with his hand. He overslid the plate. Didn't get it with his foot, I don't think. But gets it right there with his hand. That's a pretty good slide by Holiday to score the first run of the night.
Man, oh man. That is a very bad break. You see the turf that was ripped up in center field by Gomez.
They're going to give Carlos an error.
Man. Well, you got to give Jose Oquendo credit, the 3rd base coach of the Cardinals. He was waving Holiday home the entire time. Now Fires has to regroup here. Adams also advancing to 2nd. Here's Johnny Peralta now. And a first pitch breaking ball for a strike.
Well, and the fact that Gomez fell down, had to get up, and kind of flat-footed made a throw into second base is another reason why Jose Oquendo sent Matt Holliday, who's not a base burner by any stretch. Tough break.
It's a heck of a slide by Holliday. Well, the Brewers behind 1-0 against Wainwright, whose pitch count is in good shape here.
And a seeing eye base hit through that shift. Adams couldn't have hit it in a better spot.
1 ball, 1 strike. Peralta's 0 for 2 tonight. Fire struck him out in the 5th. Expecting Peralta to pull the ball in the infield. 3 infielders on that side. And a pickoff play, and Adams is back. Big pitch coming here for Fires, behind in the count on Peralta. 2 balls, 1 strike. Adams with a very short lead at 2nd. Yeah, Peralta swinging a miss. Peralta homered off Fires at Miller Park earlier in the month, back on the 5th of September. That was a hanging curveball that fires through to Peralta.
And Peralta hadn't seen too many curveballs tonight because of it.
2-2. Pitch number 100 for Fires. And a base hit, center field. Adams around third. Gomez. His throw comes through and not in time. It's an RBI single for Peralta. Comes with 2 strikes. 2-0 St. Louis.
Well, fastball out over the plate. And Peralta bangs it right back through the middle, and even Matt Adams, who doesn't run all that well, able to score. And 2-0.
Just 2 instances where the Cardinals have defied the shifts.
And that happens from time to time. And he got the first out of the inning, followed by a walk and back-to-back hits. And you throw an error in there, and all of a sudden Mike Fiers finds himself behind 2-0.
Zach Duke getting loose. Figure Fiers has one more hitter here, at least, with the left-handed Descalso on deck. Molina is the scheduled batter. Two to nothing is certainly doable for a comeback, but against Adam Wainwright, it looks like a lot more. Here's Molina. Fiers could use a ground ball here. The Brewers would love to turn 2, get out of this mess, and go to work in the 8th. And a line drive to right. Braun is there. Out number 2. Molina hit it sharply, but right at Braun. Peralta retreats, and decision time here for Ron Renicky with Descalso coming up.
The question is, do you want to face Descalso here, or you want to bring the left-hander in and then have to deal with a pinch hitter? That's the question for Ron Renicky. And he's probably going to let it ride. Let him get through this inning, maybe get him off the hook. Maybe get some runs, maybe even pick up a win for him.
And with that, Zach Duke stops throwing in the bullpen. 2 outs. You're not really concerned about Fiers' spot in the batting order. He just hit last inning. It's more about, do you feel like he can get through this inning? You'd love to give him a chance to win this game if the offense can get going in the 8th. And he's pitching well. He deserves that opportunity. Took a no-hitter into the 6th inning with 2 outs. Cardinals have 3 hits the last 2 innings, 3 hits and a walk. And a shot. Jeanette's got it. Good play out at second base to retire the side. Well, the Cardinals strike first. They get 2 runs on the board. Peralta with a big RBI, and the Brewers have some work to do now. home groundskeeping. The turf giving way on Gomez, allowing that first run to score. Patching up the pieces out there. Our Miller Lite What's on Tap. Former Cardinal Kyle Loesch gets the ball tomorrow against Shelby Miller on the air at 6:30 on Fox Sports Wisconsin. Brewers Live getting us started with Jeff Grayson in our studio. Miller Lite What's on Tap. Third and final game of the series in the season against St. Louis tomorrow, the regular season anyway.
See all the walks by Shelby Miller, 71 walks for him. They say he's been throwing more strikes lately and pitching well.
Well, now it is Wainwright's game. He has a 2-0 lead, 8th inning. He's only thrown 80 pitches, 60 of those for strikes. So he is in good shape to finish this game. His last start against the Brewers was a complete game. Scooter Gennett leads off. Goal number 1 is to get Wainwright out of this game. He only got 6 outs to work with. Brewers have doubled up the Cardinals in hits, 6-3, but trail 2-0.
Wainwright coming off his only 3-up, 3-down inning. Brewers have had their chances. They've left 7 stranded on the bases.
And the best opportunity in the 4th when they stranded the bases loaded. Gennett hits one hard into left center field. That's down a base hit. Borges able to cut it off. Well, that's where that great speed shows up. Takes a double away from Gennett, maybe even a triple.
And that's just a tremendous at bat right there. Good swing by Gennett, not trying to pull it. Scooter's rolled over on a couple tonight. And there's that curveball. That time Wainwright left it upstairs and he just smokes it out there into left center. The ball just kept slicing further away from Borges as he tried to catch up to it.
Yeah, beautiful swing there by Gennett. Lead off single for the Brewers. They've had 3 leadoff hits in this game against Wainwright tonight. Here's Lucroy. Lucroy had a leadoff single in the 4th. That was an infield hit. Was ultimately left stranded at third base in that 4th inning. Can the Brewers answer back? Both of those runs against Fires ended up as earned runs. Lucroy on the ground. Peralta shovels it over to Descalso, and just like that, 2 quick outs.
That's what he does, right? Ground ball double plays. Lucroy hit it hard, but right at Peralta, and that's about as easy as it gets. Second double play turn by the Cardinals tonight.
Here is Ramirez now. Now the Brewers were able to come back last night. Down 2-1 in the 9th. This does not feel like a Rosenthal kind of game the way Wainwright's going. Pitchers like this, when they start smelling a complete game, and especially if it's a shutout, it's tough to get him out of there. There's a shot. What a backhanded play by Carpenter. And the side is retired. Wow. Heck of a play by Matt Carpenter. Adam Wainwright is through 8. And the Brewers are in trouble tonight. 2-0 St. Louis, bottom of the 8th coming up. as he posted 8 shutout innings. He's only given up the 7 hits but scattered them. He also got the first hit that broke up a no-hit bid by Mike Fiers. Fiers given up 2 earned runs in the 7th. And here's Zach Duke.
A career high 69 appearances for Zach Duke, a 4-1 record. He pitched in last night's ball game, 2/3 scoreless, gave up a hit, also struck out a batter. 68 punch outs in 54 1/3 innings for Zach Duke. He's got the right-hander Borges, followed by Wainwright, and then a couple of left-handers at the top of the order.
Well, Duke will try to keep the Cardinals at 2 runs. The Brewers will have Braun, Parra, and Overbay scheduled to hit in the 9th inning. That was some kind of play by Matt Carpenter to win the inning.
And backhand playing no doubles. They're protecting the line a little bit. And Ramirez robbed of extra bases.
Borges showing bunt. Pirates have won tonight. They beat the Red Sox. They've won the first 2 games of that series. Pittsburgh is red hot right now. Brewers doing all they can to keep pace with them before that series this weekend. Ramirez takes care of Borges. Out number 1 for Duke here in the 8th. And here comes Adam Wainwright, and you know he's going to get a big hand from this sellout Cardinal crowd. Wainwright with a single in the 6th. This is his 3rd trip to the plate. He is on top of his game right now.
Yes, he is, after a rough month of August.
And that he called it the dead arm phase that he made it through. I mean, you just take a look at his last 3 starts. It started with that complete game, 1-run game against Milwaukee at Miller Park.
Yeah, looking to go 4-0 in the month of September.
He went 8 innings and only 1 run against Colorado in his last start. Got a chance to go the distance here tonight. Out in front, pop up to Jeanette, and Duke retires the first 2. So 2 gone, top of the order. Matt Carpenter coming up.
Hey, Brewers on Deck is set for Sunday, January 25th, 2015, with games, photo ops, autograph sessions, and more. Brewers on Deck features something for everybody. Plus, if you purchase tickets by November 1st, you'll get a free ticket voucher good for a select 2015 Brewers home game. Call 414-902-4000 or visit brewers.com/on-deck for details.
Matt Carpenter is 0 for 3. All 3 of those at-bats against Mike Fiers. Takes a strike. I'll be very curious to see what it takes for Matheny to remove Wainwright from the game. Does he allow the tying run to get on? Does he allow the tying run to score? Obviously, if he finishes him off, it'll be an easy decision for Matheny. But you know the Cardinal skipper is going through all the scenarios in his mind. And talking with Derek Lilliquist there, the pitching coach.
Yeah.
Every manager knows what scenario he is going to take his starter out.
Well, it's certainly not going to be a pitch count issue because he's in pretty good shape.
Right.
87 pitches for Wainwright. This is kind of a Greg Maddux type game that he's flipping up there tonight.
Well, the Brewers would love to force the hand of the Cardinal manager. No balls, 2 strikes on Carpenter. Zach Duke was part of that great run yesterday by the bullpen. Brewers pitching staff holds the Cardinals scoreless for 17 consecutive innings until their 2-run 7th. They went from the 1st inning yesterday to the 7th inning today. And a 12-inning game yesterday.
Unfortunately for the Brewers, the Cardinals have put up a lot of zeros themselves.
Well, it all started as it does so often with a walk. Holiday drew the walk in the 7th. Even though there was an error by Gomez in that inning because of the hit by Peralta, both of those runs earned against Mike Fiers. 7 innings for Fiers. He gives up just 3 hits and 2 walks. And right now he's on the hook for the loss. Another terrific outing by Fiers, however.
Yeah, another quality start.
Full count to Carpenter. Just stayed alive. One of the best pitchers in the game, pitching at his best right now.
Makes everybody look real smart when he goes out there every 5 days.
No doubt. Carpenter, little lazy fly ball to right field. Braun is under it. He's got it, and that will retire the side. Well, the Brew Crew headed to the 9th, trying to flip the script here tonight against Wainwright. Wainwright trying to finish this off. John Jay is now in left field. He moves from right to left. Matheny tightens up his defense, takes Holiday out. Randall Grichuk came to the Cardinals from the Angels in that David Freese deal. An excellent defender, and he'll take over in right. Very strong throwing arm as well. So Wainwright is the story right now. He has a hit at the plate, broke up a no-hitter. He is 3 outs away from a shutout. The Brewers would love to find out what it's going to take for Matheny to take Wainwright out. They need some traffic on the bases, though, to do that.
How about 3 runs?
That might be what it takes.
87 pitches for Adam Wainwright, 65 of them strikes.
Ryan Braun will lead off. 2-0 Cardinals. And Braun shows bunted foul. That gives you an idea of the respect level the Brewers have of Wainwright tonight.
They had Carpenter way behind the bag protecting against the extra base hit. He's covering the line. Two-run lead in the ninth. You don't really expect them to be covering the line. Playing no doubles. That would bring the tying run to the plate. Normally you play normal, but they got Carpenter right on the line.
That's where he was playing on that shot by Ramirez that ended the last inning.
Right.
Took a wicked hop as well. Carpenter made a great play to win the frame. Braun takes a strike. Spins out of there. Not happy with that call. And Manny Ramirez puts his hands on his hips and stares Braun down. I mean, you just got to let him. It's a pennant race, Manny. Just let him do his thing.
Yeah.
Come on now. One ball, two strikes. Called strike three, and Braun might go here. He is barking at Manny Ramirez, the home plate umpire. Excuse me, Manny Gonzalez. Braun is out, one away in the ninth.
Well, Braun didn't like the curveball that he called on the inside corner, and this one was off the outside corner. Clearly not a strike, so I'm not sure what the home plate umpire's thinking out there. Adam Wainwright, sir, does not need any help.
That's Wainwright's 8th strikeout, his first since the 6th inning. One away. Here is Gerardo Parra. Parra has 2 hits tonight against Wainwright. A couple of singles, one to right, one to left. One and two now. Now the Brewers were down to their final 2 outs last night when they tied it. They were down a run last night, 2-1. 2-0 against Wainwright. One ball, 2 strikes, and Parra stays alive. A 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
And one of his best. He's still under that 100 pitch mark.
Proving that he is plenty strong here. He has 4 finishers this year, 2 shutouts. Led the league in both categories last year. Parra just stays alive. Bounces one in. That'll even the count at 2-2.
Figure out any way you can get on base to try and bring that tying run into play. That's Parra's job right now. Work or walk, base hit, something.
Overbay to follow. 2-2 on the way. Parra stays alive. Good battle going here. Wainwright's given up 7 hits. Parra has 2 of them. Chris Davis ready to hit at some point. Be curious to see when Renicky makes that move. You got Overbay due up next. Got to have a base runner though. There is activity in the Cardinal bullpen, but this one belongs to Wainwright. 2-2, and Parra fouls another one off. Boy, this is something.
Yeah, make him work.
Eight pitch at bat thus far. Parra's going to see at least 9. Wainwright pouring in the strikes when he got to 2-2. A lot of foul balls in this at bat against Parra. Here comes another 2-2, and Parra fouls it off again. Wainwright's gotten 2 double plays in the game today. Both occasions eliminating leadoff singles. One in the second, one in the 8th. Look at all of those pitches in the strike zone against Parra. Another 2-2. Parra rolls over one. Easy out. 2 gone in the inning. Wainwright an out away from a shutout.
Yeah, again, that curveball. He's had a good one from the first inning on, and very, very good when you get Parra there.
Cardinals with the most shutouts in the National League. Wainwright responsible for 2 of those, at least complete game shutouts. That 68 Cardinal team was led by Bob Gibson. That was the year he posted a 1.12 ERA in an MVP year. Overbay, last hope. Ground ball, third base. Carpenter the throw. It is in time, and Adam Wainwright, when the Cardinals needed it most, comes up with a shutout tonight. A 7-hit shutout and a 2-0 St. Louis win. His last 2 starts against the Brewers, he goes the distance. And the Brewers are now 2.5 back in the second wild card chase, as the Pirates won earlier tonight. 3 back in the loss column. The task just got tougher, but got a chance to win a series. They'll have to bounce back tomorrow. That'll set us up for Brewers Live. Let's send it out to Jeff Grayson. He's standing